So, welcome, Divas on Esctoday.com. What's the secret behind, in every performance, you're extremely popular across amongst the Eurovision community. What's the secret? You always look fresh in every performance.
Oh my God, because I think we are happy.
Because we have makeup now. No, that's why. you should have seen us about an hour ago. No. I'm just kidding.
I think it's the way we're standing in our lives. I think we're happy. We're healthy. We are in private. I have 3 children. She won. Everybody is happy, and I think music
keeps young.
In
and
the
we like what we do.
Yeah, really.
You seem to enjoy it on stage.
Oh yeah.
We are girls with passion. I think.
Yeah.
And I think that's good because you don't feel pressure then.
No, not ever.
Confident.
Not ever. No. I even didn't have any pressure when but
nervous in a healthy way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Some butterflies.
Yeah, some butterflies.
Yeah.
And it's good for the adrenaline because you are focused on what you have to do, and you are hoe noem je dat? Dat je heel geconcentreerd bent, concentrated on.
It's the first step you put on stage, and then the first note, and it's gone. I can remember when I was still smoking that that right before you go on stage, and then that's about it.
That's making a big deal.
What memories do you have from the golden age of the Eurovision Song Contest, which was more classy than nowadays?
You mean memories?
You say very well the golden days, because I think the best days or years were in the 70s, 80s, maybe 90s, but not the way it is now. It's too big, it's too much, it's too...
There's not a real orchestra, a big orchestra, everything is on tape. No, I think it was in that years, it was better, it was more a real Eurovision Song Contest.
And it had some, what we call allure, some grandeur, some
higher level. On a higher level.
It was really, it was something. And now I think that not many, anyway, not the youth are looking at the Eurovision. They sing, you know, it's not keeping your mind up. You know what I mean?
So let me make you a proposal. Svante Stokselius, the ABU supervisor, is leaving office. So if you are, instead of him, as a ABU supervisor, what changes or rules would you love to the Eurovision Song Contest?
I think it's going to be
the jury, Sorry, there's a man singing. There's a man singing over there.
Well, I think maybe it's not nice to say, but I think it should be better. Maybe I'm saying something wrong now, but I think it should be better if we had a West Eurovision Song Contest and an East Eurovision Song Contest.
Don't you think, I'm going to be, how do you say, a hard journalist, don't you think you divide Europe with that?
Well, maybe, but I think it's so big now, and with 2 pre-rounds before you are even in the final, and that it's really too much, and that's also why there is so much. Sorry that I'm saying like there's so much rubbish in between the good voices, maybe good songs, good voices. Well, maybe 10. Not more than that.
It is so much on one evening, and the other evening you oh my God.
And I already forgotten the first evening. When I see the second, nothing is going to stay in my head, and that's so different with the years ago. Not because we did our best in that days, but just because there are no good songs, there are no good artists. Yeah, sure, a few. But it has changed into a circus, and it's not. It has nothing to do with the song or with the artist, with the performer. and there's too much performance that leads the way to something totally different than what it's meant for, the Eurovision Song Contest.
But let's be positive now. Mention it.
I'm so positive.
Positive feature of the Eurovision Song Contest.
Are you? Okay.
You're the positive?
Positive future for the
Positive feature of the Eurovision Song Contest and nowadays contest. Just one?
I think. No, indeed.
No, not the way it's not the way it is now. No, no. I think at some moment the Eurovision will be gone when it's going the way it is going now. I don't think it will live forever. Not like this, but because where does it stop? Where does it stop?
Oh,
30 countries, 40 countries, 50 countries?
43 biggest number.
Yeah, that's just so far too much. It's so far, you can't oversee it anymore.
Yeah, it's too much for the people to have it all in their heads.
And that's why
people European in the East, European Song Contest and West, I think it's better. Because all the,
I can remember in the earlier days, everybody was watching the Eurovision Song Contest because that was something you stay home for, something you want to see from the beginning to the end. A beer, peanuts, everything, and oh, we're gonna be caught. There's a Eurovision Song Contest, and now nobody knows who's doing what.
Because in the past, was it an elite show?
Maybe, sorry?
Elite show? Was it
elite show?
Elite.
No, it has nothing to do with it.
It was
had just to do with
standing.
Yes, and to do with good artists with name already. They take Cliff Richard, for instance. Or
so much people.
Nobody does that now anymore. If you ask a good artist
for instance,
with name, they doesn't want to participate anymore.
In Holland we have very good artists like an Anouk and Ilse de
But
Lange.
nobody wants to
and the best is that they did and they perform on the Eurovision Song Contest.
But why should they?
But they are so afraid.
It's more, it's too much risk now.
Yeah, everyone.
So, and I don't want to know.
Do you know hits from the last 5, 6
Oh,
years?
maybe they do because they don't think about anything else. But sorry, but but you know what I mean. Not before the big audience. They've forgotten already about the Eurovision Song Contest. Maybe they look at the final night, final evening to see, but the first pre-round and the second pre-round, nobody looks. If you see, well, not so much.
They look, but not so much.
And now we have, of course, because so many East countries are joining. A lot of million people, but for them it's new. For them it's exciting. But for us, it's every year less exciting.
More than, I think,
you know what
54
I mean?
years we do